Hello, everybody, and welcome to the first webinar that we are presenting this year. It's lovely to see so many of you join us, and I'm delighted today to be joined by the one and only Claudia Fisanotti. Claudia, welcome to the webinar.
Hi, Louise. Hi, everyone. So today is going to be our very first 2026 webinar, and we're going to delve into immersive learning because immersive learning is my favorite. And you know why? Because it's about experiencing and engaging with information and fun situation. And of course, the most important thing is that you make understanding deeper, meaningful, and memorable. So how good is that? Oh my God.
Amazing. Thank you, Claudia. So this webinar we've put together for you, and it was really an idea that came out of us being at the BET show in London.
Yes.
So we were at this really large education technology trade show, and I presented a 15-minute presentation many times, and lots of people were saying, oh, that's great. It really gave us an understanding of
Yes.
what ThingLink is and what immersive learning is. So we thought, why not put together a short webinar, no more than 30 minutes, and just welcome you all, welcome your questions, and go through some of the wonderful examples of immersive learning in action, and also what ThingLink is about. We've already got people joining us. We've got someone, Kiora, from New Zealand. Welcome to you. We're delighted to see you here, Ruth. And I see Amanda's joining us. I know that Amanda's in Scotland, and someone from Skopje joining us as well. Welcome. Amazing to see you in the chat. We love your questions, so please do put anything in the chat, whether it's an observation, whether it's an idea, whether it is something about ThingLink itself, account queries, because we also have in the chat behind the scenes in our backstage area, Ivan is there from our support service, and Ivan can answer all of your questions directly in the chat. We've got someone from Colombia joining us. Thank you so much, all the way from Bogota, Spain, and Egypt as well. Brilliant. Thank you so much. Please do put all of your questions in, and we'll put them on the screen as well, so that maybe somebody else will see your question and think, oh, well, I was going to say that. Or maybe you'll also think of something new and an idea that we haven't heard of before. So after the webinar, you will receive, probably about an hour or so after the webinar, you'll get an email from me, and it'll contain all the links, the slides that I'm presenting to you, and they have lots of embedded links in as well. So please do take a little time to have a look at that email with the replay as well. And you can forward it on to anyone. It's an open YouTube link. We're very happy for that to be shared. And I'll also include links to our partnership team. There's Troy in the US, Andrew, who's also in the US, and Dee as well. So you'll be able to follow up with a demonstration personalized in your own time zone. Okay, let's have a go. Let's put the deck on the screen there. Thank you. So as we mentioned, we've got about half an hour or so, and we'll go through what immersive learning is and how ThingLink can help you to create the most amazing immersive learning experiences. So just as Claudia said there, I'm going to put this in the chat as well. What does immersive learning mean to you? If you could put an answer in the chat, that would be great. But this is something that we've come up with behind the scenes as a definition. You're welcome to use this as well. But it's really important to think about immersive learning, which is an experiential approach. So rather than just giving people information, you're giving them a whole world of information in different ways, different modalities. And this means that you can create really inclusive, meaningful experiences. And by using these experiences, you can deepen understanding, strengthen retention, and it's a great way to deliver real world skills. Anything you want to add there, Claudia?
I'm thinking that you just missing something very, very important that means that it's so fun to create this experience, and it's so instructive and so good for our students, but even for people that don't belong to the education sector, to create this meaningful experience, because then you learn how to digitalize learning in a meaningful and super fun and effective way. And in my opinion, this is a win-win situation, really, because you learn and at the same time you empower yourself with digital skills. How cool is that?
That's a really good point, Claudia. And I always like to think of it as purposeful enjoyment. Someone once said to me, if something's just fun, is it actually delivering learning outcomes? So I think it's a really important point to make. So ThingLink is a tool that you can use, which helps you to take real world, real places, environments and situations and stories and bring them to life as immersive experiences. And if you're wondering what this little thing here is, so this is my 3D ThingLink, which is all about the education theorist Vygotsky, which is the foundation theory that ThingLink was built on, which is that you can make anything interactive and that we learn by interacting with our environments. And I'm going to show you how it does that. So lovely. I see people are joining us from Greece as well. Welcome to the webinar. So in its simplest format, if you are new to ThingLink or you're new to immersive experiences using these kind of interactive hotspots, it's really nice to think about the hotspots as being a structural center of perception. And these hotspots can act as guides and also have layers of information in them. And I'm just going to click on this little link here, which you can do as well when you get the deck. And I'm just going to show you here is ThingLink in its kind of simplest format. So I've just got an image as my background here, and you can make any image interactive. And this hotspot here is flashing, or pulsing. So when I click on that, you can see that I've got a tag that opens up, which has got a video and it's got some text in there as well. So that little hotspot is now not flashing anymore, and this one is. So this is a ThingLink with an image where you've got the hotspots with these little thumbnails that show you what it's going to contain, and it's got that additional information in. Another great point about this is that, and I actually have a slide which was going to exemplify this, is that it's really important. It's not just really important, it's imperative, it's vital, it's crucial, and actually legislation imparts us to do this as well, is that we need to make sure that all of the things that we create as learning designers are accessible. And I'm going to show you how you can make sure that happens with ThingLink as well. So if I just pop back to my growth sequence, here I've got this lovely tag, which is all about vegetative growth. And if I click on the book and speaker icon, this opens up in Immersive Reader, which has
stage 3
text to speech built in, but I can also translate that into all of these languages. And if you see a language you want me to demonstrate, pop it in the chat. But you can choose whatever language you want to translate it into. So I'm just going to pick Turkish there. And here we have that translated to Turkish. And you've got speech in there as well. You've also got other options with grammar and text preferences. You can even have a picture dictionary as well that shows. So you've got that built into those tags, but it's not just that. The whole experience can be opened up in a web page as well, which has additional accessibility. So I want you watching to know that accessibility and immersive learning go hand in hand, not just because of the accessibility features, but because of that modality, different ways you can see and hear and engage with the content. And I know that you had a really good idea, Claudia, about what if you had this in an immersive space, and we'll come on to 360 next, and you could even
Yeah.
have smell-o-vision.
Yeah, it's just so cool, because basically you could, if you were in this amazing environment and you had a touch screen, that would be so cool, because at the end of the day, one size does not fit all, Louise, and we all know that very well. So here, multimodality is at its finest, because you can actually adapt everything that you have around you according to your learning styles and your learning needs. And here you've got a selection of amazing tools that you can actually use step by step to create meaningful experiences and to make you at ease, and don't feel threatened by everything that you see around you. Because sometimes, even students, or even people that maybe are hearing impaired, or they've got lower vision, they just cannot enjoy these kind of experiences. Whereas with this kind of multimodality and accessibilities, they can. And this is amazing. It's just the so-called input plus one we were talking about,
Yeah.
Vygotsky, you see? So everything for everybody. How cool is that?
I love that analogy. Everything for everybody, not just
Yeah.
accessibility for all.
No, no.
So we've looked at an image with hotspots,
Yes.
but what about then looking at 360 images? So it's the same kind of logic. And this example that I've put together here, you can see we've got a 360, and this is the entrance to a lab. And you can see that this is used to help people learn about the procedures when you enter into the laboratory. So of course,
Yes.
you must put your coat on, and you can see that those tags have been numbered. They flash in order and flash in the sequence that you want them to. You'll see as well that at the bottom now, I've even got a translation button. And if I click this, I can choose any language I want. I'll just choose French quickly. And now all of the tags are instantly translated into that language. Yeah. So you've got the immersive reader, and you've got this translation option that's built into ThingLink's. So I think it's really important that we think about the different modalities there. So we talked about a 360 image, which is great for like virtual tours and escape rooms, things like that. Another great example of immersive learning. But sometimes, and I think we did that quite nicely there in that last one, it was an onboarding asset. So what do you do first? You want to know where your bag goes. Imagine being a new employee and having something like that shows you, what you're going to do, and you get that before you even arrive. How much more comfortable would you feel if you had that sent to you, and you could even look at it on your phone before you got there?
Exactly, 100%.
In this example, this is about taking that a little step further. And this was created by a colleague, Henry. And here you've got, something a little bit more complex, a complex procedure. And this is actually from a college, which is in Finland. And you're learning about water filtration systems. So here what you do, you arrived on site and you can open the cabinet. Here you unlock the cabin door. It's a bit like an adult escape room. And 3, here you can link it together, and then you go into the cabinet. And that's another ThingLink tag, which enables you to transit from one scene to the other. So a few nice examples there that really would help you. We've got a lovely question there. Yes, you would be able to switch off the translation tool for students. There's lots of ways in which we're seeing different languages being used to create like themed tours. Imagine students being able to do that. So yes, you can switch. You can't switch off Immersive Reader, but you could unswitch the transit tags. And this is a great example about a classroom that's been used as the scene background, and tags added to show learners where they might want to sit in the classroom before they get there. And what I love about this is that the person that created this used another 360 image, and then they've connected them to show different times of the day. So it's going to be brighter in the morning, and in seasons, it's going to be dark at night. So again, this is a really, really lovely way to use it. Rolling on, and something that I think is another really important point at the moment, and that's focusing on real world, real places, and making sure that that's in context for your learners. So here I've got a cafe which has been used for a training experience, which is all about becoming a barista. And you'll be able to click on the link and explore that too. So here I've got my 360 that I've taken, and I've linked a 360 camera for this, which is usually in my drawer, which I can't find now. But if you didn't have a 360 camera, you can even use your mobile phone to take a panoramic image, upload that to ThingLink, and we'll turn it into this photosphere for you.
360. Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Yes, so you don't even need a 360 camera.
No, you don't.
You've got the hotspots, and if I want to share this, all I need to do is click the share button, and it gives you those different options. You can embed it on the website, share it by link. You can even view it in VR, put it onto a ThingLink landing page. You can even insert it into a PowerPoint, and I know that that works beautifully in Canva as well. So you can embed it into Canva. But the importance here, I think, especially in the era of AI, is to say, you know, it's not all about AI generated content. And actually, we know learners relate better when it is real content in real places that they can relate to. And now you have the tools to do this, even with your mobile phone. Next, and rolling on, I just thought it'd be helpful to give you a little overview of how that actually happens. So with ThingLink, you're able to upload your media. And what's great about this is that even if you don't have media of your own, it's super easy to use some of ours. So if I go into 360 image here, you can upload your own 360 image. If you're using the ThingLink app on your phone, then you would upload it from your phone. You can generate an image with AI, a 360 image, and this is great for storytelling, and you want to have a kind of 360 of a fictitious place. You can use the Pano to 360 tool that I told you, but we've even got our own 360 library, and these are completely free with your account, free with copyright for you to use as well. And the same goes with images as well. You can search for an image, and we've got over 2 million images there that you can use, which are copyright free. So that's how you would start, by uploading your media. You can even use videos, 360 videos, and 3D models as well. And then you just need to add those tags, and that can be a combination of different types of text and media. And those hotspots that I showed you, they can all be customized as well. You can even create your own icons, upload them, and have a brand kit for your organization so you can share the icons. So things can look super professional and super on point for your brand. And as I mentioned there, you can share it whatever way you want it to. I also think that there's a really nice way for students to use this. And I thought this was such a lovely example, using that kind of Pano to 360 tool. And the student here was on a work experience placement and was learning all about becoming a paramedic. And they created this amazing ambulance experience to show their learning and how they had learned all about the different tools. But that's something they can keep forever. And I think that's a really nice output of their experience and their learning. So as I mentioned a bit about engagement points there, and I also think it's really smart here to think about how you want your audience to engage with what you're doing. You can embed it on a website and it looks beautiful, but you can also share it by link through your learning management system. So that could be embedded into your learning management system, or you can just share it by link, and it can be viewed on mobile and desktop devices. It works brilliantly on Chromebooks, iPads, and Macs, but you can also view it on your interactive panel, VR headsets, and it will work with all of your favorite headsets, from the lower end headsets through to Class VR, and of course the new Apple Vision Pro. But it will also work in the immersive rooms as well. So
Louise,
that's the solution overview.
Yes. Sorry to interrupt. Because Studio Alpha HSA asked a question, and because I did that, I know that Ivan beautifully answered that question, but I want to bring my own experience. Do you remember when I created the escape room, the Alice in Wonderland escape room?
Yes.
So I put inside some like challenges, and these challenges belong to a special tool, and this tool has a special dashboard. So basically what I did, I embed this tool into ThingLink to create amazingness, and then I had the results in the personal dashboard that I have with this tool, and this was just easy peasy. So basically you can embed anything that it's working this way within ThingLink and create learning experiences that are both memorable and fun. And I think this is an added value because I did it and I wanted to bring my own experience, because I think this is very powerful. You can't do this with a lot of other tools. So
thanks, Claudia, and thank you to whoever was asking the question as well, Studio Alpha. Thank you. Keep the questions coming. So I just put a solution overview image there. So what I've shown you is our multimedia editor, some of the tools for image generation, and Pano to 360. I've mentioned, of course, that you can use it on your VR headsets and some of the accessibility features, but this came out of feedback from people that have been using ThingLink. They said, wouldn't it be great if you could create branched learning experiences and scenario-based learning? And that's exactly what we've done here. So with the barista example, which is a cafe that students can go into, they can also see what happens and how they respond and the consequences of the responses when the machine breaks down. And you'll be able to click on the link here and it will take you to it. But I can show you that behind the scenes, and I'm just going to jump back into my account here and show you that this is what you have behind the scenes. You can add in a branching block and then put in the kind of paths that you want your learners to go down. And these kinds of experiences can have goals and points built in too, which you can use within your experiences for assessment, which is just absolutely phenomenal. Okay, so I know we don't have a lot of time, so I'm just going to go back to my slides here and just show you that we have a few more points here. I've got a little video to show you how you could use this to scaffold learning as well, and how easy it is to maybe chunk up difficult concepts or lots of different kind of topics, and then you could pick a path with that topic as well. And we're also introducing a new feature. It's going to come soon, and that is an AI conversation block. And this can act as a reflective tutor, or you could have it to be a particular role, so you could reinforce some of the learning. I've developed an example where I've got different people which are either grumpy or happy, and the receptionist has to speak to them and they respond to her booking a medical appointment. I can put that one in the email so you can have a look at that.
That would be so cool. It's so fun. Oh my God.
Yeah, really cool. So as we mentioned, you can use these experiences. And of course, immersive learning isn't just about VR headsets, but the VR experience has been through an upgrade, and it now has pass-through and high definition. And this will work with the headsets. And imagine, being able to look at that experience when you are in the airplane simulation. Or I know a lot of colleges have a kind of fuselage of a plane for you to go into as well. So what's next? Well, immersive learning is not just a buzzword. We know that this is going to be a way forward. But also, you might have heard about spatial learning, and that is something that we are currently focusing. And the first thing will be a
Wow.
3D capture app. So, like we showed you the Pano to 360, you'll also be able to capture a 3D object. And that's just to show you the actual 3D object next to the object we've actually captured.
Unbelievable.
And I mentioned the Apple Vision Pro. I mean, obviously, this is a high-end headset that's coming, but you will be able to use the Apple Vision Pro to view ThingLink content, but eventually to be able to capture and edit through ThingLink content as well. So that's moving on swiftly. So to summarize, I really wanted to find a way to show you that, you know, ThingLink has grown throughout the years. It's actually been around for 15 years now, and it started with those interactive images, and then we made it accessible. We've made it available for 360 images, 360 video, 3D models, all of these things. So ThingLink hasn't ever not evolved with the times, and it will continue to evolve with the times as well. But it enables you to bring the real world into digital learning, and that is immersively, accessibly, and authentically for every learner and every creator. And that's a really nice way to sum up, I think, what immersive learning is. But don't just take our word for it, because this slide, when you click on it, will take you to a deck that we've put together with completely independent, peer-reviewed research of effectiveness of ThingLink and immersive learning in action. And we wanted to make sure that we were putting the word out about this. Is completely independent from us, but a really nice collection there of featured research. So what else do we do? Well, we don't just kind of offer a solution, we also offer a PD pathway. So that involves a great learner center actually inside ThingLink with lots of videos and how to, but we've also got micro-credential certifications. And here you have one which is about becoming an XR expert. So please do click the link. It will take you to that website, which is completely free, and you're more than welcome to gain your own certification in becoming an XR expert. And we also have one that is becoming a ThingLink certified trainer. And you're a ThingLink certified trainer. I know there's a few ThingLink certified trainers in the chat,
Yes.
but we have a wonderful ThingLink certified trainer program, which is a beautiful hub that we've created where people can network, they can share ideas. We give you lots of resources in being able to train and using ThingLink as well. And this is becoming something we're even seeing that employers are requesting learning designers to have. So yeah, it's great to be able to offer a platform and a community for our certified trainers. So if you click on the link here, it will take you to a document which shows you all of the ways in which you can apply to do that. So I'm going to round off in our last minute. How well are we doing with our time? We said we'd be 30 minutes.
I think their protection.
That it isn't just us and our community that think ThingLink's great. There's a whole world of global recognition out there, and there's a new one as well. We've just been accepted into the Learning Cabinet as well, which is just wonderful. So if you've enjoyed this, please do let us know. Just a couple of other little bits of information there to let you know if you do have headsets and you're looking for a solution. Here's the main list of headsets that it will work on, as well as Class VR. But we'd be delighted to hear from you, delighted to hear about your ideas for immersive learning, and look out for the webinar. Claudia, any parting words from you?
Well, I'm amazed from everything you said so far, and I can't wait to see what's next, because I know there is a lot in store. So I'm super excited about that. Thank you so much for being with us this evening. It's an honor and a pleasure to share everything with an amazing community, a vibrant community, and learn together. So I love every second of it. Thank you.
Thank you, Claudia, and thank you to all of you who joined. We hope that's given you an overview of what immersive learning can look like, how easy it is to create immersive learning, and of course about ThingLink there as well. And if there's anything else that we can do, just follow up on the email, just hit reply and we'll reply to you directly. Thank you, Amanda. Thank you so much. And please do have a great rest of your day, rest of your evening. And we look forward to seeing you again on one of our future webinars. Thank you very much. Take care, everybody.
Bye.